What is up, you guys? It has been just a bit since I've done a video, but I am back at it, and today we're gonna go over what you should have in your gym bag. Now, this is gonna be different for a lot of people depending on like what you actually wanna carry around with you, what you feel is important to bring to the gym, and it could also depend on what your gym actually already provides for you. You might need some of the stuff, you might not need it, you might just find that it's more of a convenience to have one of your own something that I'm gonna show you today. For example, like my gym, we already provide jump ropes and we have some weight belts. So some of those things you might not necessarily need, but you'll probably find that you want your own personalized item. We're gonna go through a couple of the things, well actually everything that I have in my gym bag, and then I am gonna touch on some things that might not be in here, but things that I usually like to have with me, especially if I'm taking my gym bag on the road with me to go to other gyms or on vacation or to compete for the weekend. So let's get into it. Okay, so we are going to start in the biggest pocket. I like to start with something that is not necessarily a need. This is a want. I guess it could be a need. Knee sleeves. So I like the neoprene knee sleeves. Mine are from Rogue, but there are plenty of different brands out there. Like I said, these are neoprene. They come in different sizes, and I'm sure they have measurements also on the websites, so you can kind of pick what you want. Knee sleeves are great for support. Some people have knee issues, so you actually need them. I just like them for support though. Next up, one of my favorite things, and it doesn't matter what workout I'm doing. I live in Florida, so it's always hot. I wear wristbands. These are not the same as wrist wraps. These are just loose, a very stretchy material, but I just wear them right here on my wrist, and these are gonna protect the sweat from literally falling down my arms and getting onto my hands, so that, let's say if I have chalk on my hands, it doesn't turn into basically mud or clay. These just protect from sweat. So if you are in a hot area, highly recommend these. SharpenTheAxeCo.com, code Lindsay will get you a little bit of a savings. Okay, still coming out of my big pocket of my bag, I have a jump rope. So my jump rope is from RPM. It's beautiful. It's got really cool handles with palm trees and skulls and surfboards, and I just love it. It's very thin, so that is what we would call a speed rope. That is something that a lot of CrossFitters use because we do things called double unders, where you're going to try to spin the rope twice under your feet, not just once. So that's why speed ropes are really good for that. It's a very thin cable. If you were just learning to jump rope or even double under, a heavier cable is a little bit better just because you can feel it in practice, feel it going under your feet. But as you get better, you'll probably end up wanting a smaller cable, which is why I prefer and I want a speed rope. Next up, this is something that not everybody needs. This is definitely a want, and it also depends on what style of working out you were doing, but your lifters. So anytime you're doing basically Olympic lifts or even like squatting, I will wear my lifters. Love them. They have the heel raise, they're nice and flat, so that helps support, like I said, the Olympic lifts and squatting. Some people don't need these, but if you are lifting, get yourself some lifters. It's an investment, but worth it. Okay, last but not least, in the big pocket of my bag, well, we have two things. We have thumb tape, which is also great for lifting. Like I said, thumb tape, so it goes on your thumbs. I just wrap both thumbs. Let's say if we ever do anything that involves or requires hook grip, which is where you would grab the bar with your thumb in and kind of grip over it like that. So anytime you're grabbing a barbell, dumbbell like that, it kind of just protects your thumbs a little bit. You can kind of see my thumbs too have a beautiful, I don't know if that's a bruise or like a stain or blood in there, but we use our thumbs a lot, especially when you hook grip. So having thumb tape for extra support on your thumbs does really help. And then last, bug spray. So again, living in Florida, the mosquitoes are just out, and you need this in the gym, especially if you have an outdoor gym, CrossFit gym style with bay doors. Yeah, they're gonna come for you. Moving on to the middle pocket of my bag. So in here, first thing I have are grips. So these are gymnastics grips. I have the RX Smart Gear Alex Smith grips. They have just the solid, there's no finger holes in it. Some grips do have finger holes. Velcro. I love these grips with my whole heart. I've never trusted a grip more than I do these. They are awesome. But grips are also something that people have a very particular preference with. So do your research if you're needing grips, and find what you like. These hold really well on the rig, I find. And that's what you use grips for, is usually rig work, if you're doing pull-ups, chest to bar, muscle ups, just so that your hands don't rip. And if you're doing CrossFit or gymnastics or something like that, you're probably definitely gonna want a set of grips to protect your hands. Coming out of the middle pocket of my bag is a Bare Complex resistance band. So what I'll do with this is usually put it around my knees. You can't really see that, but around my knees if I'm going to do any sort of squatting. This is really great for warming up. Again, a lot of gyms probably already have these, so you might not need one, but I carry around one just in case, you know, maybe they're all being used or I'm on the road. So I always carry this around to help get me warm. All right, we're moving to the front of the bag. We are moving to the small pocket. So in the very front, I have some wrist straps. These are different than the first ones I showed you. The first ones were kind of just like sweatbands. These are actually ones that you can put on and tighten around your wrist. So get them pretty tight. That's the purpose of them. I put it on backwards, that's why it's not sticking. But if you put them on and tighten them, it's good for things like if we're going shoulder to overhead, and you're gonna have to, like, you know, bend your wrist back a little bit at all. It really does just provide a lot of support, really an extra support, way more than the sweatbands I showed you at the beginning of this video. So these are nice to have if you know that sometimes you might get a little bit of wrist pain from doing a lot of front rack or shoulder to overhead movements. I really don't have much in this pocket. I have another set of earrings in case, you know, my studs fall out, because look good, feel good. But I also have some toenail clippers, which you might be like, what the heck, why do you need toenail clippers? Well, first of all, what if you get a hangnail? You're gonna need to take that off. But also, if you're in the gym a lot like me, using your hands, you're gonna get calluses, and you might even have some skin that kind of tears or rips. So having some toenail clippers handy, you never know, you're gonna use them more than you think. So got those in there just in case. Last pocket, this one is for my girls or guys with long hair. We got headbands. We have plenty of headbands just in case you need to keep your hair out of your face while you're working out. And I also have replacement cables for my jump rope, because like I said, with that speed rope, it is a cable. Sometimes the coloring will come off of the cable, or it'll just get twisted. So get yourself some extra cables. I think they're only like $5 for replacements. But this, my headbands, is what is in the last pocket of my gym bag. Although that was the last pocket of my gym bag, I don't have one in here right now because I drank it already today. But you got a side pocket. That is gonna be for your blender bottle or your water, which you're probably gonna need both if you're working out. So always carry a water bottle, and then I'll have my blender bottle on the side for either my pre-workout or my post-workout whey protein shake. So that is always right there. And then on the other side of my gym bag, connected to one of these straps, is my lifting belt. Some people want one, some people don't want one. I find that when I get into my heavier lifts, I definitely want to wear my belt, or for just different movements in the workout. So mine is a Blitz belt. It has leather on the inside. It's just regular material, canvas, Velcro on the outside. There are full leather belts, which are a little bit more heavy duty than this. This is good to wear, kind of like a hybrid belt. Like, it's good for lifting, it's also good for in-workout movements. So a little bit lighter in comparison to some of the other, like I said, fully leather belts. But again, just your preference, also depending on what style of working out you're gonna do, can determine what kind of belt you want. So that's it for what I have in my gym bag. There's two other things that I want to give an honorable mention to that were actually not in here. But if I'm traveling on a vacation, I'm gonna take my gym bag because I know I'm gonna be working out, or if I'm on the road for the weekend for like a competition, I will always pack maybe 1 or 2 bands in there. Again, just for my own sake of warming up and having those just in case wherever I'm going doesn't have those. So those are really small and easy to pack in here. And then I'll also pack a little Tupperware container full of protein, because again, you don't want to take a big huge tub of protein, but I can pack a little tiny thing on the go and just put it in here so that I know I have my protein and I'm not missing out on the gains. My gym bag is a Wolfpack gym bag. That was just the brand that it is, and I put some of my patches on there. But whatever gym bag you like, obviously the looks and the style and the size of it is gonna be important to you. It's all based off of what you want. This is just what I have. This is what I find that I like. Number one, to carry on my back. There are some side styles, but this is what I keep in my gym bag all day, every day, because these are the things that I have found I need, I want for myself, and these are what work for me. I'm not sponsored by any of these brands. Shout out if you want to. But yeah, hopefully this helps you find some things you might like, want, need for your everyday gym life. As always, thanks for watching. I hope that you guys found some of this stuff useful today. Hit me in the comments with maybe some videos or topics you would like to see covered in upcoming videos. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, and I will catch you guys on the coming videos.